What's up, guys? Welcome back or to the channel. If y'all are new here, I'm Thomas Moser of that H2. What are you doing? It's been a while since I posted a YouTube video. You want to be in the video?
No.
Well, you're in it right now. This is the intro.
Fix it.
Okay, I will. The garage ain't open. Great intro. It's been a while since I posted a YouTube video. We're back. It's New Year's. I've been talking to Jake and Alex. Jake's lived his life in that wide bow tie. And they've both been telling me, pick the camera back up, film some. It's something I enjoy. We're not doing this. We're running with it. This is going online on the old internet. All right, I think we're good now. Today's video, we're going to be filming my new to me truck. It's a 2018 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road four-wheel drive in the desert tan. Got to throw it all in there because Toyota is very, very weird about their trim packages and whatnot. I'm going to do a little walk around of the truck. If y'all follow me on Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok, y'all have probably seen a couple photos and videos of it. Quick breakdown, show you what we got for the truck, and then we'll jump into the install. And a couple of the parts and pieces I got are OEM Plus add-ons, and some of them is for a full chrome delete on this thing. So my phone's about to die, so I'm going to go through this pretty quick. So up front, I have a Steelcraft brush guard. I saw a truck online and immediately fell in love with the look. I went back and forth between this one and the ranch end. This one just comes up on the main support and follows the body lines of the grill. And the overall fit and finish just really sold me on it. I love both looks, but this one just won me over. Dropping down, I'm rocking the Grapaholics old school or duck camo plate. Got to show my boy Chance some love. He made my truck of the month of November, which was really, really cool. Coming around to the side, the suspension setup is a 3.5 inch full strut and upper control arm kit from Rough Country with the differential drop. So the angles are a little bit better on the ball joints. You're able to get your tires perfectly square. Don't have any sort of cupping going on or anything like that. And with the diff drop, your axles stay pretty flat. The wheels and tires are 20-inch Toyota Tundra stocks on the full 33 1250 Nitto mud grappler. Big question I get asked is the tint on the truck. 35% on the shield with the 5% brow, and then 5 over factory all the way around. So the back is really like 2-3%. This is a true 5%. Like I said, 35 with a 5% brow on the front end. I just run my switch for this pods right here. I'm thinking about taking this apart and buying an OEM light switch, kind of like this, to go in that little blank spot right there. Got a little old school camo steering wheel cover to match that front plate. Some Carhartt seat covers to protect the leather. And then I throw in like an OEM style Apple CarPlay system with the stock screen and head unit. Full plug and play kit. It's wireless and it works flawlessly. I'm very, very pleased and happy with it. A whole 5 seconds later, and we are good to go. Now I got a little holster for the cap. That's actually kind of nice. That way it just doesn't dangle. Slides in on the side, screws in right here, and it still closes just like it would normally. All right, let's jump into the next one. I'm gonna go ahead and do this grill real quick. Hopefully the grill can come off with the brush guard. I guess we're about to find out one way or another. 2 little clips on the side, 2 10mm bolts in the middle on these brackets. The whole thing should pop out. Then we'll see how difficult it is once we have it off the truck. And don't forget to unplug your sensor down below. Yep, that's him. Yep, okay. So I brought it inside real quick just because it is pretty cold and windy outside, and there's no real good place for me to set this down. But going around, you have a bunch of clips holding it in, and it looks like you have a handful of Phillips head screws. Then that centerpiece will pop off, and then we will figure out how to remove the emblem and the sensors. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that emblem was a pain in the rear to get swapped over. The grill, overall really smooth, bunch of little screws, bunch of little clips. That went pretty easy. It is weird that there's not as many screw or threaded inserts on this one as the other one, or as many clips, but I did put all the screws in there that it called for, and all the clips seem to be in there and holding. The sensor is separate from the Toyota emblem on the front. There's 3 screws, that little silver one at the top, and 2 little ones on the side. And all that holds the emblem in are 4 little plastic clips and 2 little metal grommets. When I went to go pull the metal grommets, I went as easy as possible, ended up breaking both of the plastic tabs on there. So there's a high chance that emblem may fall out going down the road, but I'm going to order a new one anyways. See if I can find one in all black. This thing is pretty crusty overall anyways. So let's go get this thrown in the truck real quick and see what it looks like. I am super, super stoked to have no more chrome on that grill. Looks pretty good. I can't wait for the headlights and fog lights. Then I'll have to go get this thing a little spit wash and clean it up. I'm going to do the fog lights and the oil tomorrow. When I do that, I am gonna wire in the 3 orange lights on the grill. We'll see how well and easy that wiring harness goes together. All right, so it's the next morning. I just want to throw this in there real quick. I picked this up this morning from the store. It's a fuse with a jumper wire or a positive wire coming out of it. We're gonna run this in the headlight fuse spot for the grill lights. That way everything turns on with this switch, grill lights wise. That's what I did in the 4Runner. It works awesome. The wiring harness is plug and play on the grill light side. So each light has a little plug on the back side. Plugged it in, cleaned up the wires, zip tied them all up nice and neat. I grounded it to the side of the body right here where my light pods are grounded, and the main ground wire for the battery is grounded as well. And on the fuse box, I popped a little hole inside, ran the wire through, wired it together, and that little fuse jumper piece that I showed y'all, it plugs straight to where the headlight fuse goes. Put the 15 amp back in for the headlights, put a 10 amp in for the grill lights. That way it's all on the headlight switch and everything turns on at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and do these fog lights real quick. That's a good look of how they are now. Just like that, they're installed. One little screw on the back and a couple little tabs that they just slide in. Perfect timing. Plumber's getting out of here. Took care of business, got my email sent out, and everything is good to go. Hopefully we'll get this job closed out by the end of the week and get a CO in our hands. I just rolled into the house. I'm super freaking excited. 3 little wins for the day. So the first one, I called the building department once I left my job site, got the CO. I've already made the owners happy, my bosses are happy, but the official paperwork, the job is done, 100% complete, money can get released. It's a great win for the week, that's for sure. And that was my first job too as a lead superintendent. So having that done successfully behind my back is great, man. It's an awesome feeling. Second thing was I went, swapped the Tacoma for the 4Runner, called my dad, and he was like, hey, go check that battery just to make sure it's not the starter. Sure enough, the battery had a bad cell in it. Much easier swap than having to deal with the starter. So threw a battery in it, off to the races, good to go, return the starter. As soon as I left the store, got an email that my headlights are sitting at the house a day early. Those look freaking awesome. That's stock. That's the new one. All right, just to show you a little side by side. Holy cow, that looks good. I'm nowhere near done with this side, but I got it in there roughly, so heck yeah. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm a huge fan. I feel like this is exactly what this truck needed to really tie it all together. The chrome just, it didn't go with anything. The wheels are a dark color. The paint's kind of a darker color. It didn't really, the tan and chrome just doesn't do it for me. Those are sweet. And honestly, for a cheaper set of aftermarket headlights, they went in super tight, super snug. Everything lined up perfectly. All the bulbs went in super tight. We'll see over time if they leak or not. I really don't have any worries for them. But just take a step back for a minute. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. I can't make this up. I just started changing my oil, and I was going to wait to start filming until I pulled the plastic oil filter housing out of the truck to compare it. The original being plastic, these ears break. Well, with a hand wrench, completely snapped it off. Sheared it. You see where it just completely ripped a hole in the side of it. Completely sheared the ear off of it. That's why we are doing this metal oil filter housing upgrade, little OEM plus modification. I can't really stress it enough besides just filming exactly why we're doing this. Just like OEM. So this is actually a really simple install. So on this corner, you just push and the cap pops off. 2 Phillips head screws and a little clip is all that holds your mirror light in. And then of course it just unplugs. Don't necessarily love the plug on the new one. I'll put a little bit of tape around it. It is a cheaper option. It is what it is. It works. I didn't realize it was sequential, which is really cool. I'm pleasantly surprised, to say the least. I just got to figure out now where to run this white wire to get the switchback part to work, or the white LED running light to work. Just to give you all a little insight on this install. On the passenger side, there's 2 plugs that plug into this harness right here, and these rubber bushings that just squeeze and pop out in the door jamb. I took a screwdriver through with a little piece of tape. Oh, I lost my wire, but I'm gonna try to fish this through, then I'll fish it back into the cab of the truck, plug it up, pull the wire in, wire this, to the mirror wire that I have cut right here with a butt connector, tied into this harness, and up underneath, I tied it with this harness, that way it's out of the way of the window going up and down. It won't get snagged, you won't have any issues. Then once I get into the cab of the truck, I'll pick the camera back up, and my plan is to run this wire up and through the dash to the driver's side, connect the two together, go through the firewall with my light pod wire harness tied in to the grill light red or positive wire that is tapped into my fuse box to my headlight switch. Door panel's back on the truck. This side's done. The wire is here. All right, I was gonna film under the hood, but it got dark out. I just jumped out of the truck, turned the camera on. I purposely turned this mirror blinker on. That way I can't see it. We're gonna see this for the first time together. I ran the wires across under the dash, tied them in together, pulled a single wire through the firewall with my light pod wiring harness, ran it up with the harness, broke off to the fuse box, tapped in to my positive wire powering my grill lights, which is tapped into my headlight fuse. Hopefully this works. I guess let's walk around and see. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's nasty. That's freaking, dude, that is so cool. I've never had switchbacks. I've never had sequential lights.